Hello everyone, this is I. Today I'd like to show you this design in front of me here, and this design is called Crystina, and this design is made by Jenn Tham. I'll show you her Instagram account is Jenn T with Love. Okay, that's her account. And I've shown you her account before, and Jenn is Crystina's very good friend, and this design is to celebrate Crystina Tan's birthday today. And Crystina is our recent Loom Star of the Week, and she's a really lovely lady as well. So when Jenn asked me to make a celebration piece, and I thought maybe she can make something, and I'll help make the tutorial so we can all celebrate Crystina's birthday together for her. So here's the design, and I'll be using all these bands here. So they are Rainbow Looms band, and this one is a Trinix X band, X band, and is what Crystina sent to me a while ago for me to try it out, and they are very pretty as well. So I'm just using her band to make her a bracelet. So just combining all this Rainbow Loom web store band with the band she sent me as well. So yeah, I'll be making the exact same color bracelet as this one, so get whatever color you like and we can get started right now. Okay, now we are going to start off with a cat band. Okay, you can triple cap your cat band if you want to, or double. And we're going to grab 2 bands. Okay, 2 bands, and we're going to pull it through our cat band just like that, and putting that back. And now we're grabbing a color and looping it through 2 bands and picking up 1 band closest to our hook and putting it back. Actually, we're going to take that off now, grabbing another band, looping that through the band at the top, like that. Okay, so 2 bands and putting them back onto the hook, grabbing another color, pulling it through 2 bands and closing, another band, looping it through 2 bands and close. Okay, and another band, pulling it through 4 bands and close. Just like that, and we're flipping it over to the other side. Okay, and there's this stitch in here that will be credited to Wave Loomers for her iris stitch. So what I'm doing here is pulling a band through 2 bands and looping this over the 2 bands on top. Okay, so pulling it through and looping it over the 2 bands at the top like that. Okay, and hanging on to those 2 bands and lifting it off my hook to drop that band down and put the 2 bands back. And I'm going to do this again. Now I'm going to pull this band through 3 bands, and I'm going to pick up those 2 over here and looping this over 2 bands. Looping my blue over 2 bands and holding on to the 2 bands and letting that blue drop down the side and put that back. Put my 2 bands back, and I'm doing it one more time, pulling it through 3 bands, picking up 2, looping that over 2 bands, hanging on to the 2 bands, releasing that blue band and putting that back. Just like that. So that's our first section finished. Okay, so we're going to pull 2 bands over, just like that. Ooh. Now 2 bands through, just like that. Okay, and picking up that blue band there and close. We're gonna start again. So I'm going to continue with this one here. So it's exactly the same. Okay, I'm just going to continue with this one so I can make a full bracelet. Now, we're going to grab 1 band, pulling it through 2 bands, and then picking up the band closest to your hook. Okay, and then grab another band, pulling it through that band there. So there's 2 bands, putting them back, grab another colour and pull it through 2 bands and close, and then grab another band, pulling it through 2 bands and close. Grab another colour, pulling it through 4 bands and close. Now I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Okay, now I'm going to use my blue, Persian blue, going through 3 bands. Okay, going through 3 bands, lifting the 2 like that, and then I'm going to loop this over the top, loop it over the top, picking up those 2 bands and dropping that blue band down the side and putting it back. And I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, pulling it through 3 bands and then picking up those 2. Pulling this over like that and picking those 2 bands up and dropping the blue down the side. And one more time. Pulling it through 3 bands, picking up those 2 bands, okay, and then loop that over. Loop that over taking those 2 bands off, hanging on to them and dropping that blue band down the side and putting it back. Okay, our section is finished again, so we put 2 bands over all the loops, just like that. And we're picking up the 3rd loop, which is right in the middle, right there. And I'm going to put this back as well. Okay, and it will help to make it nice and neat if you make sure your band are flipped the right way and they're not all twisted. Okay, now we'll do this again. Pull a band through 2 bands and picking up the one closest to your hook. Okay, and we're looping a new band through the band we just picked up, like that. And then we're putting those 2 bands back and grab another band and pulling it through 2 bands and close, grabbing another one, pulling it through 2 bands and close, grab another band, pulling it through 4 bands and close. And we're switching sides now. Now we are getting a blue band. I'm getting a blue band, looping it through 3 bands. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and picking up those 2 bands without picking that one up. So I'm going to loop this over our 2 bands, looping it over our 2 bands, hang on to the 2 bands and let that blue drop down the side. And grabbing another one, we're going through 3 bands, picking up the 2, looping that over, looping that over 2 bands, hanging on to the 2 bands and have that blue drop down the side and put it back. And grabbing another one, going through 3 bands, picking up 2 bands, putting this over and taking this 2 off, that drop down the side and putting this back, the 2 bands back. We finish off another section again, so we need 2 bands and pulling this through and lifting the middle band, the 3rd band, okay, like that. So I guess I'll do it one more time. Going through 2 bands, picking up the one closest to your hook and get another band, pulling it through the loop you just picked up and putting it back, the 2 bands back, and grab one more band, going through 2 bands, 2 bands and close. Another band, going through 2 bands and close. Now we'll grab another band, pulling it through 4 bands and close. One side finished, we're flipping it over. Okay, now getting my blue band, pulling it through 3 bands, okay, and picking up 2 bands. Bands twisted. Okay, I'll figure that one out later. Now, I'm going to loop that over, 2 bands, hang on to the 2 bands, and let that blue drop down the side. Okay, next, going through 3 bands, picking up 2, looping this over, and take those 2 bands off and drop that one down the side. Picking up that band, pulling it through 3 bands, picking up 2 and looping that over, and hanging on to the 2 bands, dropping that down the side and putting it back. There we go. We'll grab our band again, 2 bands, pulling it through just like that, and picking up the 3rd band in the middle and put it back. And you start your section all over again. Alright, so this is Christina, and happy birthday, Christina. You're such a wonderful loomer, and we love you very much. And thank you for Jenny for her beautiful design. So I hope you are having a great birthday, Christina. Love you lots. See you later.